citizen.
Hi, and welcome to another week of Get Your House in Order. I'm your host, Bren Sharif, and today we have as our guest the famed star of both stage and screen, Elise Edwards.
I'll receive it.
Elise is the president and founder of an organization that I think all of us need to know more about. And the name of the organization is We Are Our Own Medicine. Isn't that an interesting title?
Yes, it is.
Elise, please tell us, where did you come up with that title?
So the title with We Are Our Own Medicine, I was actually in a meeting one time and someone was like describing some things that happen and we're always looking for someone else outside to come and get us. But it's us that keeps us safe. We are our own medicine. And so maybe about 6 months, 7 months later, as I was, planning for this gun violence prevention conference, I was like, that's it. It's us. We are our own medicine.
If it is to be, it is up to me.
Amen.
That is it.
Yes.
I know that you started this organization, and it is a not-for-profit.
Yes, it is.
Okay. 7 years ago, I believe.
So the We Are Our Own Medicine, this is our third annual. So
Okay.
the organization is Drawn Out Ministries, doing
Okay.
business as We Are Our Own Medicine.
Okay.
So I added an arm to our already established organization, not knowing that it would take flight and have more movement than the original, main purpose of the organization. So
Yes. One of the things that intrigued me when I learned that you were having an event coming up on April 26th?
24th and
24th,
25th.
24th and 25th. See, I'm taking you further along. On April 24th and 25th is that you said We Are Our Own Medicine.
Correct.
As the name of the organization.
Yes.
And you are having a gun violence prevention
Absolutely.
conference.
Absolutely.
And so many times when people think about the Second Amendment, which gives us the right to carry arms,
Yes.
people say guns don't kill people.
People do kill people.
People kill
Absolutely.
people.
Absolutely.
So how does this work with your gun violence prevention? What are some of the things that you're advocating?
So, and thank you for that, because it is true. I do believe that as well. Inanimate objects don't kill people. People kill people.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we have to do is heal people. Heal the trauma, heal the anger, heal the underlying issues. Therefore, that medicine will prevent them from actually shooting someone else. And so that's when we say that we are our own medicine. We bring together the faith community, the community of CVI, you've heard of that, the Community Violence Interrupters. We have our, government, both on a local level and the state level. We're bringing together our youth. It's everybody coming together, even those who have been victims, I would say, in their family of gun violence. We call them survivors. We have them at the table as well. And so we allow all of these voices to speak to us. And together we come up with a plan to really help those who are experiencing trauma or, who have been, I would say, neglected, having those who are perpetrators. So we do have those who are in reentry. These are reformed. But when we're talking about perpetrators, people who are still in the game, it's a little risky. We invite everybody, but what we don't want is, I've heard people say, I can't cross that line. And if this person sees me going, if they see my face on the flyer, then, they're putting not only themselves, but other people in danger. So, we have those who, there's one of our panels that's called we're talking about street organizations and how it actually, the evolution of street organizations. And so we have people like Benny Lee, so he is someone who used to be in the game. He used to be, a drug dealer, gangbanger. But now, he's getting his doctorate. He's like teaching at, different universities. And we consider him an expert in this field, and not only him, but other people as well that we have on that panel. So we do allow people and welcome people and encourage people who have voices of lived experience to speak to us so that we can put them on panels. Those who are still,
riding the
we'll
line.
put in, yes,
Riding the
those,
line.
yeah, it is, I mean, you'd have to have security to, not have people be searching and seeking them out in order for, revenge and retaliation. So we just try to keep everybody safe.
What is your demographic at this conference? Are you looking, and have you solicited schools to send their youth
Absolutely.
to participate? Churches, I know the churches are going
Yes.
to be very strong.
Yes.
Are there any other, and then the age range on an ideal day?
Okay.
Who would you like to be in the room?
So I can say I've always been very intentional for diversity to be always represented, meaning male, female. We're talking Black and Latino. We're talking, younger and those who are older. This is, in every panel, you should see a mixture of people. At the conference itself, everyone is welcome. Anyone who touches our community are the people that we want front and center, because it's not just about you adding value. It's also sometimes you learning and allowing people to add value to you. So that's our hospitals, our libraries, that's those who own businesses, anyone who frequents our community, you are welcome. So it looks very diverse. So you have people who are, like, again, Black, white, those who are Latino. It's a mixture. Yeah, both years it has been the same.
Being the third year, and you mentioned the medical individuals.
Yes.
Some people say, and I don't know if this is something that your organization believes, but some people say that the violence that's perpetrated in many of these digital games desensitize
Yes.
individuals. Are there those same thought patterns that go, and are you addressing that, the
Yes.
amount of violence that's perpetrated on our television shows,
Yeah.
that's perpetrated in, that they actually become the perpetrators
Absolutely.
in the digital games?
Absolutely.
Are there those medical people that might even, they say that when you see something, it's a lot different when it's in real time
Yes.
than if you're just imagining it. So do the medical individuals speak of an experience in an emergency room, and how
quite
that family responds, what it does to the family
Yes.
when a person, I'm trying to
Yes, I
see
hear
the
you.
experiences
I hear
that
you.
you might be sharing to get people to maybe reframe their thinking.
But what we try to do is not re-traumatize people as well.
Okay.
Like, our focus is to, and not that we would not welcome that. It's, you don't know where everyone is in the audience. There are people, again, who are survivors who have just lost someone due to gun violence recently, and to hear those graphic details could trigger them. But what we do focus on, we have a breakout session called Your Brain on Guns, or Our Brains, on Guns. And it just really talks about how, as our young people and as a generation, just like back in the day, we had, your brain on drugs. That's how we're programmed sometimes. Like, when you're triggered, you pull triggers, and so you have Al Stinson, he works for Youth Guidance. He will be doing that. But we also have individuals who are licensed therapists and psychologists that will join him on that panel to talk about how our brains, actually work and are operated. And it is trained. It can be hardwired into your DNA of what you're watching, what you're listening to, who you're talking to, and things of that nature. So yes, and I didn't answer your previous question about the young people. We also have a youth panel. And we, Friday, obviously, the 24th is a school day. So I am working with someone on the south side. We're trying to get 2 buses of youth to come in, but some of the other people, they're at school, but on Saturday, hopefully we will get some youth there as well. But to go back to your question, the people in the medical field, they are talking, and we do have them as our sponsors. Erie Family Health, Rush, those are people who were some of our sponsors to help put on this conference. They're doing work in the community, but we don't want to graphically talk about some of those other things.
Well, I can understand that, but they say a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yes.
That's what has been said. The profile, the average person that comes, and now this is your third time.
Yes.
I'm presuming that you're having some repeats. You may have had someone that came in initially just to see, hey, what are they talking about? And now they came back the second time and maybe are enrolled the third time. Have you stories of individuals, or will this be a part of your program? When I came in, this is where I was. A progression of any of the people that have provided and supported you?
That's such a good way. We were going to just take testimonies. This year is our first year coming up that our marketing material is a little more, in depth than what we've done before. But that's a great idea. I would love to maybe, pitch that to our team and start doing that. But what I can say is that we will definitely have repeat, attendees. But the goal is also to always have more people join in. And that's what I'm seeing this year, is that before it was really a quote unquote West Side thing. It was never a West Side thing for me. Gun violence is everywhere. You do not control where gun violence is. The conversation should be everywhere. But because I'm from the West Side, I know all West Siders, and those are the people who I'm inviting. But now being the third year, we've done a great job of reaching beyond the West Side and going to the South Side, and having people on our team, our planning team, our core team, that are from the South Side that could bring more people. So the goal is to increase the number of people who have attended a conference in Chicago about gun violence for the first time. Yes.
And that's one of the reasons that it touched my heart when Alvin told me about your organization, gave me some information, is that the South Side needs to be in this too.
Absolutely.
We need to make sure that we have the bridges across the Dan Ryan.
Absolutely.
It is not a single community.
Yes.
It is not a single people. Gun violence is everywhere.
Absolutely.
It's almost, what do they say, omnipresent?
Yes. We're going to leave that to God, but yes, it is.
It's no respect.
Limits,
It's no respecter.
Yes,
it's no respecter of persons.
Absolutely.
And the individuals that are going to attend, you said that you're going to have some breakout sessions.
Yes.
Can you give me how the program is going to, what they will get,
Yes.
day one, and then on your second day on the 25th?
Absolutely. And I will also say next year, we're hoping to have this on the South Side. I just wanted to say that. So
wonderful.
Yeah. So
Wonderful.
All sides will feel loved that they have hosted the Gun Violence Prevention Conference. But so day one, obviously we're going to start with prayer.
Yes.
We're going to hear from our faith community and our elected officials. It'll be two separate panels, two separate rooms. When you first come in, sign in, get breakfast, talk, network with people. It will be around 500 people, so we do encourage people network and make sure that you're reaching beyond people you normally know. After we hear from the faith and our government, we'll come back, and there's a play that we're going to do. It's a short play on gun violence. We'll do that, and then we are breaking for our breakout sessions. And in our breakout sessions, we'll hear from victim services, because that's not talked about a lot. Like when people are harmed in our community, or we do lose people due to gun violence, what are some of the things in which we can do as a community to help those people heal and on their healing journey, their families. How can we shorten that process for them or not re-traumatize them? So we'll talk about that. We still have another, breakout session for our faith community. And here we're going to talk about the different ways. People think, oh, you just go out there and pray. There's more to do from the faith community that we have to offer in this space of gun violence and reducing the violence. Then we'll hear from our CPS school, and we're going to talk about different initiatives that they have that help with this topic. And then our brains on guns. I feel like I'm missing one more panel.
And these panels, when you have the breakout session, and I know this has been one of the things that I have when I go to these type of conferences. I have all 5 of these or 6 of these things that I really, they're all dear to me.
Yes.
Will there be a second? In other words, will you have, let's say, after a lunch break, where you will have the same or nearly the same, those that are the most highly sought, to give people another opportunity if they
could. I wish we could. Here's the real issue. Now this is live. I'm just telling you.
The resource people.
No, it's the issue really is that we have noticed from conference 1 and conference 2 is like after lunch and you do like a breakout session, there's like a mass exodus. Like we lose people, and I know people don't want to tie up their whole day. They want to hear, but they have other things to do. And so we do welcome people to come in and out the way that they need to. You'll have people who will come in the morning, they'll leave. You'll have people who won't be there in the morning, they'll come in the afternoon. Okay. But what we did not want to do was just have our people in the breakout rooms, tirelessly doing the same sessions, and it's like 1 or 2 people there. Yes. So it's always a challenge because not even I can be in all 5 rooms, and I want to be. So what we thought about doing is really recording some of these sessions. Therefore, we can get you would have access to all of them. I'm a part of Building Blocks of Peace. If you all have not heard of it, Together in Chicago, it is an organization, Christian organization that mobilizes our faith community to get out there, starting on Memorial Day. I'm just saying. And one of the things that they do are like their breakout sessions, and they record all of them and put it on their website. So I would love to do something like that, just so that everybody would have access. But, I would love for if someone out there in the media world can help me keep people all day, I would love to find a way. So what we're trying this year is your breakout session, you'll have lunch at your breakout session. Maybe that'll keep people here instead of just eating, and then breakout sessions are afterwards. But yeah.
The number of people, 500 people coming in, that is very, very impressive. I was very impressed with the number of sponsors that you have. So someone has been working, thank you, Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Someone has been working. Jesus. What do you attribute other than God? God is the one that does everything. But the impressive sponsors that you have, the sponsors that you have for this event. Give us a little bit about your relationship with your sponsors. Okay. Are the sponsors people that are members of your board, or
they are not,
or contacts that your board members have with the sponsors? Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
The chicken or the egg. I can say that the sponsors are people that I kind of work with in the community. So they're seeing me do this work. This is not just a conference and then we all go home and said, we did that, it's over. No. This is after you do the conference, now we're rolling our sleeves up and we're getting to work. And these are the people, organizations who have been out there in the trenches with me doing the work. And so that's how my sponsors came about. So I can say year 1, I was a little timid, but a couple thousand came out of my pocket. By year 2, I'm not. Let's talk. Listen. This is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. Unfortunately, last year, what happened? It wasn't as much as it could have been because my mom passed away last year.
Oh, my condolences.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I was a whole hot mess. I needed to take care of me. And so instead of having the conference in April, I let people talk me into still having it, but we moved it to June. And so it just wasn't the same. This year we're right back on track. I'm out there again, and I just hit the ground running. It's a lot of hard work. You do have to ask people. You have to knock on doors, doors not, physically, but yeah, you have to do some cold calling. And the people who have given before, I can say, although we have a lot that's there, it's a lot less that they have contributed just because of what's going on, just in our nation, with their, pulling back funds from CVI, the Violence Interrupters of Community Violence. Grateful God opened up other doors, and people just saw the work in which was being done and wanted to be a part of it. I'm very grateful for that. I can't you have to, there's hard work, but you better trust God. You better, because even to the last minute, and there is still room for you who want to sponsor. There is still room for you to sponsor. So yes.
And that's what I wanted to talk about. Can you tell our viewing audience
Yes.
how they can, one, participate, and two, how they can become sponsors of this?
Perfect. So you can just go to our website. It is www.weareourownmedicine.com. That's it. You'll see it'll have links there for you to actually register for the conference. And if you just scroll a little bit down, it'll show you how you can be a sponsor. And our sponsorship, any amount, obviously, we will take any amount, but just depending on your amounts, there are perks that you get for each level that you donate, to this. So.
And let's have what those perks might be.
Ooh, so obviously we have a website this year, which is different. So you will have your logos on the website, logos on our flyers. When we do, like outlets like this for the media, we're shouting you out. I didn't get my flyers, so I wanted to get my all of the different sponsors, but as well as we have a VIP reception. It's a dinner. This year, it used to be a reception. This year, it's a dinner. It is by invite only, but as sponsors, you are allowed, depending on your level, to include 5 people, 8 people, 10 people, to come. We will also give you, what did they call it? VIP parking and VIP seating. Those things that people love when you come to the conference, and if you get there late, don't worry, we still have seats up for you up front. It doesn't work, you don't need to worry about that. And if the parking lot is full, it doesn't apply to you because you have VIP parking. So those are some of the perks that we have.
Wonderful. And I am very impressed by the segments of the community that you bring together for this very important conference, where we can look and examine and say, there is a solution, and we are the solution.
Yes.
We look inside rather than always an exterior.
Absolutely.
And because of the different components that you have, it makes me think of that African adage, it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely.
It takes a village to identify and cure the issues.
Absolutely.
So we are our own medicine.
Yes.
You're just stating which is the truth.
Yes.
And when you know the truth, what does it do?
It sets you free.
It sets you free. And so we are looking for people to go to your website, www.weareourownmedicine.com.
Absolutely.
Get that? www.weareourownmedicine.com. Is there a fee for them to register?
No. So one thing that I have been adamant about, which is why, again, I said the first year I came out of my own pocket. I never want to charge the community to learn how to roll their sleeves up and do the work. We shouldn't have to pay for that. We should not have to pay for that. So yes, there's no cost for the conference. The breakfast is free, your lunch is free, the networking is free, the access to all of our elected officials, all of that, it's all free.
This is a wonderful opportunity for us to get together and solve our own issues.
Absolutely.
Too often we go outside of our community expecting them to give back to something that we know better than they do.
Yes.
So I applaud you. As they say, if I had a hat on, I'd tip it to you.
And I would tip my own hat, but my hair under here. Listen, we gonna keep the hat on.
But that, I think that this is a wonderful opportunity where people can come together, and I'm especially excited about the West Side and the South Side coming together.
Yes.
We need to galvanize. We need, if it is to be, it is up to each of us individually. And the differences, we need to begin to focus on our samenesses and put aside our differences. And this is something that we need to do. If you have any questions, or if you would like to be a part of this process, can you give us again that website?
Oh, we are ourownmedicine.com.
And that website is
www.weareourownmedicine.com.
Yes, and we are looking forward to participating in this on the 24th and the 25th. That happens to be a Friday and a Saturday, I believe.
Oh, okay. So it is April the 24th and April the 25th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We were like, maybe we will, leave a little earlier, around 2. It just depends on what goes on and how rich those conversations are. But we're saying from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. April the 24th and 25th. And it will be at 3400 3400 West Division. It is a church, so it's a New Life Covenant on the west side, Humboldt Park.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your very busy day, and I know that you've been very busy pulling all of this together.
Yes.
This just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much, Elise Edwards. This is Bryn Sharif and I look forward to us getting together next week with another session of Get Your House in Order. Thank you so much for tuning in, being this streaming service.